Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I wanted to touch base with you this week and give you a little update as we move forward, getting closer to some limited in house seating for our Sunday worship services. It's not really a devotional update this week, although you'll see as we go through, one of the things that we believe is that as followers of Jesus at all times, we should practice the principle of sacrificial love for others. And that comes through in the way we're going to have to go about this transition back to people in our building. A few weeks ago, the elders met, and it's just after May 13th when Dr. Bonnie Henry had given what were her guidelines for religious groups returning to meeting in this rephasing back toward normal. And she listed that there should be groups of less than 50 with social distancing, that if you have any symptoms at all, stay home. Actually, if anyone in your house has any symptoms, you should stay home and not be a part of this. That churches should have the meetings in the largest room possible. We'll be using our sanctuary. That we should make modifications to limit physical contact, which we will do. Lots of opportunities for hand sanitation, which we'll take care of, and to keep our virtual services going so that people who aren't able to attend for whatever reason will not feel left out. So as elders, as we talked over those, we thought, okay, sacrificial love for others and those guidelines, we can make that happen. So I wanted to explain to you a little bit of how it's going to play out. There are some things I want you to keep in mind. First of all, no one should feel obligated to come. I'm quite happy with the way things are going. I think people are connecting. I'm really pleased with the work that Reed and Sig and others are doing on this, our service on Sunday morning. So we will continue that service. People are connecting with one another via phone and sitting on decks and in their front yards. So I would encourage you to keep doing those kind of things. But don't feel obligated. We're going to keep the live stream and the greeting videos going. And live stream will be continuing on from this point as long as we can find enough volunteers to staff it, even when we're all back in the building. So no one should feel obligated to come. Second, we're going to limit each Sunday to a maximum of 50 people in our sanctuary, and all of them at a social distance. Within their own family grouping, they can sit together, but everybody else will be a minimum of 6 feet apart. So the way we're going to do that is it'll be by invitation only. Jake and I have been calling through all the lists that we have. Now, I'll promise you, we are human, and we don't have everybody's name and number and contact information. So if you haven't heard from the church and you want to show up on a Sunday or get an invite, then you need to email Christine at info@gbchope.com or call the office at 869-5524 and leave a message. We are not purposely leaving anybody out. It's just we're human. But from the number of people, we should be done by Friday. So if you've not heard from us by Saturday morning, you should call the church and let us know that you want, or email the church, let us know you want an invitation. Christine will develop a list of those people who can come, and then we'll work out an invitation. It might be looks like right now I'm thinking it may be every other week, and we'll try and schedule that out and let you know that sometime during the week next week, so we're prepared. So you may not be coming on the 7th. Your first Sunday might be the 14th, but we will communicate that to you once we have the list finalized. Also, I want to let you know this. We're going to post on the bulletin board, the Hope Bulletin Board on Facebook, just to kind of explain why we're doing this. The last thing we want is the community thinking, look at those crazy Baptists, they're just getting back together. We are following all of Dr. Henry's guidelines. So I want you to feel free, don't engage on Facebook, but if somebody you know is wondering about that, I'll write a post, let everybody know. But if somebody's asking about that, feel free to inform yourself and let them know we're practicing everything that Dr. Henry has said for us to do. Be able to answer questions that might be brought up. When you get to the sanctuary, the pews will be taped off, so you'll be able to see where you can sit and where you can't sit. We want family groups to sit together. People that are already in each other's bubble can sit together. Everybody else, each group should be at least 6 feet apart. That'll be pretty self-evident when you walk in and you see how the pews are taped off. Also, probably not your favorite thing, but we are going to ask people to wear masks when we sing. We won't have that from the worship team because they'll be at a distance from everybody else. But we do know from the science that that's one of the times that people get their droplets out of their mouth the furthest. And so because we want to keep, this principle of sacrificial love, where you just realize you're going to do things that maybe aren't easy. so that you can keep, loving one another. We're going to put on a mask while we sing. I know it's not going to sound great, but this is the way we sacrifice for one another. I said people will sit in family groupings. The kids area will not be utilized. It's just too much work to sanitize these quiet toys there and to have people come in and go into it. So if kids come, like I say, we'll sit in family groupings. Feel free to bring your own quiet toys from home, but we will not use the ones at the church. And when I talk about if you or anyone in your home is experiencing symptoms, please stay home. This is another way of sacrificial love. We will, if you're worried I'm missing my Sunday, email the office, say somebody's sick in my house, can I be booked into next Sunday? And we'll try our best to reschedule you in a way that works for you. And I'd also add to that, some of you are going to be getting allergies as we get into summer, and you're going to be sneezing and coughing. And I realize it's allergies and it's not COVID. But we're going to ask that even if you're doing that out of sacrificial love for others, so people will not be stressed when they come to worship any more than they would in a pandemic, we're going to ask that even if you have allergies, that you would stay home out of love for the others so that they're not distracted. If you're at any risk due to health conditions, please stay home. We're going to have lots of hand sanitizers available. The washrooms at the church will be open, and we will be sanitizing, but the reality is I would ask you to minimize the use. I realize some people will have to use it. That's great. We want you to. But if you can go before you come and go when you get home, that would make it easier on everybody. And then we'll be sanitizing the building really well in between each use. So we're excited about doing this. We think it's good for people to come back together. Some people are happy to stay at home. I've talked to them on the phone so far, and they're like, nope, I'll wait till there's a vaccine, or I'll wait till the numbers are expanded, or until we see how this happens, just get used to it gradually. That's totally fine. Other people are just chomping at a bit to get back into a room and to sing and worship together. So we want to provide that opportunity in the safest way possible. If you have any questions, please call the church, email me, Jeff at GBC Hope, or Jake at gbchope.com, or Christine, info@gbchope.com. Ask your questions. We want to make this as smooth as possible, but we look forward on June 7th to starting back to bringing people into the building. Like I say, don't worry, we'll keep the live stream going. Everything will still function as it has been, but we'll just have up to 50 people in our building at the same time. Miss you guys. Excited about June 7th. I'm sure there'll be some kinks we have to work through, so be patient with us as we do it. But we're looking forward to moving back in that direction. And I would just encourage you this week, find ways this week to sacrifice yourself out of love for the others in your world. Follow the example of Jesus. We'll talk about that again on Sunday and how his sacrificial love changed everything. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.